So I got a paper cut just before T-Mac, and it hurt.
Yep.
A lot. And it was printing out the notes for today's episode as well.
Oh, you make notes?
I make notes for the episode. Just, little doodles.
That's curious.
Just little penises on my paper, and I pretty much just wing the rest of it.
Yeah.
But it's inspiration for me.
You wing the nuts.
Absolutely, definitely. But it really hurt. And I guess what I was hoping to discuss with you for the next half an hour was paper cuts and other medicinal things and ways to maybe heal. No, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about paper cuts for the next half an hour. We've got a jam-packed episode today.
Yeah, I think we do.
Would you say that we're proficient at podcasting?
Sure. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I learned a word before.
Proficient. Did you just learn that?
From someone else.
You've never known the definition of proficient?
Well, here's what happens. So I'm eating lunch.
Yeah.
All right. It's food.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? I'm eating it with my mouth hole, to be specific. And I'm just chewing away, and someone made a mention that I was proficient at lunch.
That's a ridiculous remark.
Well, I mean, is it?
You're proficient at smelling.
Well, I mean,
that's just like
when you think about it, I am.
You eat. You're human. You eat to live.
I'm proficient at eating.
Yeah, that's good.
I am, though.
I'm proficient at breathing.
We looked up the meaning for proficient because neither of us knew what proficient actually meant. Okay. And a third person got involved who had an opinion on proficient and also didn't really have a good clue. So we looked it up. This was a 10-minute. It became a debacle. T-Mac. It became a debacle.
You couldn't locate the...
No, because the three of us were trying to discuss what proficient meant, and we all had a slightly different opinion on what was your opinion.
What was your opinion?
Well, I thought, because it says pro in it.
Yeah.
So it's professional. So you're professional and efficient.
So you thought you got paid. You got paid for being good.
So you're a professional that doesn't need many resources to eat.
You get a contract. So you sign a contract.
I was really good at eating. We looked up the term proficient, and apparently it means I'm very good at eating.
Yeah, that was well done, guys. Well done.
So there we go. That was a 10-minute debacle.
It takes a nation of Gen Yers to figure out the meaning of proficient.
So now I'm teaching you a word.
Fucking hell.
I'm teaching you a word.
Not likely.
Well, I mean, come on.
What do we got today? We got some shit we're going to talk about.
Well,
we got a bit of anecdotal things about it.
We were actually invited to an event last week.
We were, yeah. The Generational Boys were invited out to a...
It was like a 1920s book
launch thing.
Book launch thing.
Themed party, 1920s.
It was a themed party, and we're kind of big around the Melbourne area, and we got invited, and it was a great night, but lots happened.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that.
So we're going to talk about that. We've got some other stuff to talk about as well, mostly just the anecdotal thing from that night. So, because there's lots to get through, so I guess we'll just get straight into it, Mac. What do you think? Should we play some tunes, maybe chill out a little bit? It's a pretty hardcore song as well, so feel free to dance to this one if you're listening at home.
Is there something we need to talk about first to wait for that drop? Like, usually you don't tell me if there's kind of a 10 to 20 second pause before the drop.
Tell you what, let's just keep chatting just for a little bit, because I just wanted to mention to everyone that, basically let's fill some more time, a little bit more time. We've got about 5 to 10 more seconds before I think we should.
So when you say 5 to 10 more seconds, it's either 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 seconds.
Well, I think, thanks for listening. Enjoy Generational.
Anticlimactic? I don't know.
A little bit anticlimactic. The timing was a little bit off, but we're not really that proficient at podcasting, T-Mac.
All right, well, let's just dive into it. Let's try to be proficient. Let's try to be proficient
Can we
today.
try to be proficient? I don't know if we can.
Where do you want to start on this this night we had the other night after launch?
Can I just say that the podcast is moving in a new direction? We've actually got a mouse today as well.
We do, yeah.
I just wanted to mention that to everyone.
His name's Felipe.
Yeah, absolutely. Felipe the Mouse. So this should be a very smooth episode.
Yes.
A smooth podcasting episode. So it was a Thursday night. It was after the podcast. We just recorded the podcast last Thursday.
Yep.
Check it out if you haven't heard it already. And we got dressed up in our 1920s gear. You were looking divine.
Thank you. Did you post those pictures on the Facebook page yet?
I haven't, but I will.
Okay, yeah.
I absolutely will.
This way. you'll know what we're talking about.
I have.
Yeah.
If you haven't got our Facebook yet, facebook.com/generationalpodcast. Get amongst it. So we rolled up. No, you wrote notes, didn't you? Can you
wrote a few notes. Well, I mean, because there's somewhat of a linear structure to the evening. So we basically left. We went out. We grabbed some cigars. We bought some stogies, some nice stogies, long, thick, hard, fat, salivating stogies that we sucked on the whole way there.
In our mouth holes.
That's right, yeah.
For everyone that wanted to visualize that one at home.
We were trying to figure out initially where to get cigars, where we could get cigars. We walked into like...
where do you get cigars?
Like a newsagent type place.
Newsagent.
You got cigars. And the woman behind the counter said, yeah, just over there. There's a place just over there where you can get it. Now, we were on Collins Street up near Spencer.
Up near Spencer.
And she said just over there, pointing out to the kind of left.
Pointing to the left. To the left. Into a general direction.
General direction. And we figured, okay, probably across the street.
That's a good area.
Turning around, looking shit. Yeah, just over there, Flinders Station.
Flinders Street Station.
Flinders Station,
which was in a completely different direction.
So essentially, there's a Flinders Station in Adelaide.
Yeah,
you can go get those. So
she did point out Adelaide as well.
Yeah, she held up a map.
It was sort of 40. Yeah, it was just to the left that way. Just
you need cigars. Yeah, Adelaide. They sell them in Adelaide. It's a great place to go out there.
You cannot miss it. 45 minutes down.
Yeah,
just go for a walk.
Hop on the V line. That's why she pointed to Flinders Station.
Just
over there.
Couple of blocks. You're going to hit Adelaide. It's a big place. You're not going to miss it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, so
you're going to get your cigars. It's going to be
we found that we didn't find that place. Found a different place. Thankfully,
we found some cigars.
Rocked it up, walking the whole distance of Collins Street up past Swanson near Russell Street, just rocking the gear.
Photos will be on Facebook.
Rocking the gear, just like getting looks galore.
Yeah,
everybody
looking at us.
I was wearing two-tone black and white shoes
with their eyes.
You were sporting like a tight vest and tighter shirt.
I was looking tight.
So
lots of tight stuff going on.
It was a good jaunt up there.
You could see my body.
It was a crime and justice book launch event type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And when we walked in, I mean, we captured the attention of everybody in the room.
Absolutely.
Did we not?
Everyone was there looking at us because we were the only dudes who weren't weird.
Pretty much. It
was a weird crew there.
There was an obese husband of the featured author who was sporting like a 3-meter long white beard. Looked like Santa Claus in drag. Really,
he was Santa Claus.
He was Santa, but like a late *60s acid induced Santa.
I did sit on his lap for a while, and just told him my hopes and dreams. So he was a very inviting old fellow. Is one way to put it.
So I mean, there's some of the ladies there were dressed in 20s garb, but really none of the guys were dressed up. Like we were the. As soon as we walked in, people started walking up to us and talking to us.
Yeah, they wanted to know us. They wanted to know who we were. We were interesting looking dudes.
Yeah,
great looking dudes.
Where are you guys from? What are you doing? Yada yada. We're from the press. We're here to cover the event.
We're from Generational. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of us. Like we're kind of a big deal.
Yeah, we're from Generational. Oh, okay, Generational.
Yeah.
Would you like to meet my daughter?
Yeah.
Remember that one woman?
Yeah.
Instantly, she starts talking to us. I'd like you to meet my daughter, Honey. Honey, shout out to you, Honey, baby.
Honey, if you're listening, we love you.
Yeah. So you were getting you were getting quite a few looks from the ladies. One in particular. Now there was some hors d'oeuvres going around, and there was a sandwich girl who was dressed in kind of 20s garb. Kind of a weirdo.
She was kind of
a weird girl.
She did take a fancy to us.
Yes, she did.
And she came over a lot.
She came over several times sporting some cucumber and overly heavily margarine sandwiches, which are disgusting.
Lots of margarine.
But you kept making her feel like she was the only thing going in town.
Because I was hungry, T-Mac.
Yeah.
So I saw talking to her, becoming tight with her as a way to get more food.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was an animalistic thing. Really?
And how did she react to your How did you take her reaction to your?
Well, she was into it. I could tell she was into it. She came back a few times with sandwiches, but one of the times she came back after I hadn't seen her for like half an hour. And we'd been talking to my girl Honey, little sweet 12-year-old Honey, and she sort of came over and we were discussing again how she is my girl.
Yeah.
The sandwich girl I'm talking about. And she seemed a little bit jealous of the other girls that we were talking to.
She was jealous of a 12-year-old girl who just happened to be telling us about her Harry Potter reading experience.
Yeah, she mentioned that, that how could I actually love her if I was talking to all those other girls?
Yeah.
While she was away. So, yeah, I don't know, T-Mac. She was a little bit of a strange one, but yeah, we've caught up a few times.
Have you?
We're in love.
So the evening progressed. We had a few glasses of champagne. It was a bit of a dance. That's the thing. There was a jazz trio there, and you and I were really the other ones kicking our heels up.
We were the only one actually dancing.
Yeah, and everybody was taking pictures of us. Actually, I haven't checked the site for the event yet, but
it became a farce.
It did.
It became a farce, I think, and
misuse of the word, but a farce in a way. Yeah,
it became a farce, a proficient farce as well. Both of us proficiently were farcing.
Look, there were no superfluous moves made there. Everything was timed.
Everything was timed. We were looking good. We were moving good.
Then my wife met up with us. She came down, and after that we went out. Figured let's carry on the 20 scene. Let's go see some jazz.
Let's go see some jazz. Let's do it. Let's go.
So what happened
out somewhere.
What happened then?
Well, we went out to a jazz bar.
Yeah.
Which cost us a lot of money.
Yeah.
But before we did, we were walking around Hardware Lane.
Yeah, we're cruising around.
Cruising around.
Very, very European these days. Like they are
is.
spruiking hard for your business out there.
There was people there. They were trying to get us into their restaurants.
Exactly.
Like one after the other. We're just trying to wheel and deal.
You hungry? You want to
come inside?
Come inside.
And we were telling them no, we're not going to go inside because we're actually already going somewhere. We're going to a jazz bar. We're going to listen to some jazz. We want some jazz. So we're going to go to a jazz bar. And one dude was like, well, you want some jazz? We got some jazz inside. Come inside, we got some jazz.
It was just
whatever we wanted, T-Mac, he had for us inside.
You want to come in, you get some steaks? Oh, no, we're going to see jazz? You want jazz? We got jazz. Come in, we got clams. You want clams?
You come inside, I get you some steak. You say jazz? I didn't hear you say jazz.
No, you say trumpet. We got banjo. We got banjos too. We got anything you want.
I thought you say shrimp. We got shrimp. We don't have jazz.
Hang on. You say clams. We got clams out back. You come in and jazz.
You said you'd have jazz in here.
We got jazz.
You got jazz.
We got jazz. We got clams.
I can't hear the jazz.
We got clams. Oh, you go upstairs. It's at the back. We got jazz.
Jazzy clams. We got jazzy clams.
Whatever you like.
The Bay of Jazz.
Whatever
Jazz Bay.
You like. You come back. We got jazz.
So I get you some clams. You sit here. And then everyone get what they want.
That's it. We sit.
But we wanted some jazz.
So after we walked past him,
we kept walking.
We found the place.
We finally found a jazz bar.
A relocated jazz bar called Paris Cat.
Underground.
Look, cool little venue. I've got something to say about the actual band itself.
Go for it.
And I believe you would too.
Critique them.
Should we preface this by saying Joshua's never ever been to a jazz club, never seen any jazz live. Clearly he wouldn't. Why would he? He's Gen Y. He's going out to see, whatever it may be.
Yeah, jazz.
Yeah.
We wanted some jazz. We got some jazz.
Dub shit like that.
You want some jazz?
So we rock in there. It's very quiet. There's very few people in there. There's some instruments set up on stage. The jazz band kicks in. And, I nearly fell asleep.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was what jazz was meant to be like.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Well, here's the thing. Like, the band was... the bartender was saying, this pianist is like one of the most talented guys. He's Melbourne-based, da-da-da-da. They're going to have this singer. The singer rocks up, and I swear to God, she looked like a housewife with 6 kids that just went out and told her friends, I'm going to go up and do some jazz.
I'm a jazz singer.
They've got an open mic. I'm going to go up. I'm going to give it a go.
I'm going to shoobity-doobity-doobity.
Yeah, I'm going to do some scatting. So she's wearing these glasses, these like bifocals that she keeps pushing up on her face. She's reading the lyrics off a goddamn music stand.
I'm a jazz singer.
She's got the charisma of a pencil eraser.
I'm a jazz singer, see? Yeah.
Yeah, she had nothing going on.
She had nothing.
Dude.
She didn't have any sort of swag or anything. She wasn't cool. I mean, I assumed that a jazz band would be cool. I went in there with the preconception that it was going to be crazy good music and I was going to be impressed.
Yeah, well, that's what you should have expected.
I've been to live gigs before for genres that I'm not into.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed it because
that polka festival you went to.
Exactly, but it's like you're live, you're there, you soak up the ambience, you soak up the experience, and it sounds good.
I remember you told me about that German bratwurst festival too. That was insane.
Absolutely, there was
a lot of
many
sausages going on.
Sausages in me, out of me, it was just crazy. There was lots going on.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel it. There was no ambience. There was no impressiveness.
She was absolutely pathetic.
Was not proficient.
She wasn't proficient in the least, dude.
Or fast.
Her scatting abilities, and if you don't know what scatting, it's that real kind of cruisy, freestyle, jazzy, just like, I don't even want to do it because I don't want to do it.
Shoobity-woobity, a woobity-wop.
That was about the caliber of hers. She's like, shooba-dooba-dee-bo-bo-bee-ba-ba-shooba-dee-ba-dee, and it was crap. It was absolute crap. We left. Now, before we left, I actually went up to get us some cocktails, right? And I asked the chick, Yeah, can I get a couple scotches and whatever my wife was drinking, Frangelico or something like that? Yep, that's cool. And she's like, by the way, there's a per head charge to see the music. Okay, yeah, cool. How much is that? $3 is what I thought I heard her say.
Yeah.
So $3 a head? No worries.
Yeah, $3.
We'll take the 3 cocktails.
Yeah,
she goes and makes them. She puts them up at the counter. $92, please.
$92.
I'm like, sorry? Yeah, $92, please. I thought you said it was $3 a head. No, $20 a head.
$20 a head.
Sorry. Sometimes I mumble.
Yeah, 20 sounds like 3 sometimes, and then now you have to pay.
She said sometimes I mumble.
I mumble.
Like, how does that get you through life?
You have to pay, though.
How does that get you through life?
You still have to pay. Yeah, I know I said 3. I mumble sometimes, and 20 comes out as 3. Don't know how. Different syllable amount, but...
Dude, I mean...
You got to pay.
What was happening when she was like a teenager working at McDonald's or something? Mm-hmm. Yeah, hi, 3 Big Macs, 2 fries. There you go. There's your spark plugs.
Yeah, spark plugs.
Sorry?
3 spark plugs.
Yeah, I thought you said spark. No, I said 3 Big Macs. Oh, sorry. Yeah, $92.
So who is she in that example? Is she?
Yeah, no, that was a bad example. All right. So she says.
So is she working at McDonald's, or is she?
I'd like 3 Big Macs. I like 3 Big Macs. And the McDonald's attendant comes back and says, "Here are your spark plugs."
No, but
because she mumbled.
Oh, so she's ordered the Big Macs. But she didn't say Big Macs because she mumbled, so it sounded like spark plugs.
You're proficient.
And the person at McDonald's has gone, well, this person asked for spark plugs. I'm going to go above and beyond my duties as a McDonald's service attendant.
That's correct.
And I'm going to go down the road to Bridgestone. I'm going to buy some spark plugs.
No, they've got spark plugs on hand at McDonald's. They use the acid from those to make the fries.
They use car engines to heat up the fries.
Well, sometimes if that goes awry, there's a guy on a bicycle with a strap attached to the deep fryer, and somehow that works.
Technology just blows my mind sometimes.
So we'll touch base later. We'll tune in later on the rest of the night, the ongoings and stuff like that. But for now,
let's mix it up.
Let's mix it up a bit.
Let's mix it up to keep it fresh, generational. T-Mac, I've got a bit of a science-themed segment for you.
Dude, I'm going to follow on from also a science-themed tech update.
Is that right?
How's that sound?
There you go. So here we go. Here's my science-themed segment for you. The topic is girls who are office hot.
Yes.
All right.
How is that science?
Well, let me explain.
Okay.
Because in an everyday environment, as per oxygen or hydrogen, in an everyday environment, girls are based on their looks on a subjective way. So it's based on how they look on the spot compared to other girls around them.
Sure.
In the office, when you're stuck in an office for 8 hours a day with not much
to go on, you just solely judge the girls on their looks.
As per oxygen and hydrogen,
I'm not sure what that means.
They get much more attractive.
Okay. I don't know what you mean by that.
Oxygen, hydrogen.
Yeah, make what?
H2O.
H2O. Hydrogen.
Office hot.
So the water.
Yeah.
So like water makes them hot. So if they're hot, you have to have the water.
Forget about the H2O.
The H2O. Why'd you mention that?
Forget about H2O.
But if you got water,
oxygen and hydrogen.
If there's a hot chick that goes to get a glass of water out of the kitchen, she walks back.
She
you
walks
see
back.
her as hot. She's drinking water. Is she
what's
putting out
in her
the
hand?
flame?
What's in her hand?
Right, water.
Yeah.
What is she breathing? She's taking in oxygen as well.
And what's
the uglier girl over there is drinking, say, a Gatorade.
No.
How does that different? This is science, right?
No, that's too many. That's too many electrolytes.
But I think what you're saying is okay. So the woman drinking water is superior subjectively to a Gatorade drinking woman.
H2O, as per hydrogen and oxygen, atomized. Office hot. When you're in the office, they're better looking.
Okay. So pi equals something squared.
As per hydrogen and oxygen.
So the radius of her areola would then be subjectively measured upon the intake of hydrogen.
It gapes.
Right.
And then H2O comes out, and then you take it back in.
Okay.
And then there's more gaping and lactating, and then that's when the H2O comes out.
That makes perfect sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sorry to...
So there's a few girls in our office that are in the generational offices that are less than attractive.
Yeah, absolutely.
However,
in many ways.
However, I am attracted to them because
all of them,
a lot of them, because
ennui kicks in.
Ennui, because where this is what I have on offer compared to everything else that I have on offer at the office.
Right.
these are the ones to go for.
Okay, so you're just saying, relative to the context of the situation.
Yes.
There during your boredom time, it's like the deserted island effect.
Sure.
Like if you're on a deserted island,
sure,
and there were like two
coconuts
chicks there,
and
you had
a Krispy Kreme
make
store.
a hole in the coconut.
Do you eat the coconuts? Do you buy the Krispy Kreme?
And there was one really a girl that you would normally find hideous out in the real world.
You'd bang the shit out of it
because it's the only two.
What else are you going to do?
Yeah,
you got your coconuts, you got your Krispy Kreme donut,
and you got a chimpanzee.
Yeah, and you're ready to go.
So,
but that's what I just find really, really interesting is that no matter how unattractive you are or however weird you are, if you get yourself into an office environment, you're a good-looking person.
You know what I find funny too? Sometimes some of these women in the office. They assume, even though they're ugly, they might be ugly and they might be weird and maybe even have a weird voice or something, but they assume they're desirable.
Yes.
Like, for example, the other day this happened. This girl happened to mention that we were rolling around some ideas for a new technological invention we're running.
Yeah.
Based upon single people, and you said no, she's got a boyfriend right in front of her, and she was adamant. She was adamant about letting you know. Nope. We broke up.
I am single.
We broke up. I'm single.
I'm single. Yeah.
And then she says...
And this person falls into that oxygen-hydrogen category.
Yes, they do.
In the office.
Yes. And then what did she say? She said...
She's like, don't you get any ideas?
Yeah, exactly. What the hell was that?
And I was just, well, no, that's all right.
I have no ideas whatsoever.
That's
in fact,
fine.
My head is vacuous when I look at you. There are no ideas floating whatsoever.
No ideas come to head. Come to mind.
Come to head. No.
Give me head.
My head gets no ideas.
No ideas, give me head.
Look, when I look at you, I think of popcorn, okay? I really... Nothing. I'm thinking of a white padded room. Really.
I actually want to get to know your personality. There's no physical at all. I'm not interested in absolutely anything. But that's what I find really interesting because we used to have some managers going back a year, 2 years, who were renowned for hiring attractive, young, sexy people. And they've sort of, one of them's like sort of left the business. The other ones have gone a little bit quiet. There's not so much hiring going on. Yeah. There hasn't been as many females turning over in the business.
Oh, I see.
T-Mac.
I see what you did there, turning over.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's an interesting and depressive thing, development.
Yeah, okay.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is, generational managers get on it and hire some more sexy people.
Look, let's just get some more science books in here. Let's really let's drill down on this hydrogen oxygen.
Hydrogen oxygen office hot.
Now, following off from that scientific segment, I'm going to go one better.
Okay. Well, I don't say you can.
Well, this is actually a scientific tech update. So let's call this the science issue, the science edition.
Science edition of the episode. Well, the first 20 minutes were just that anecdote, but
correct. And we may follow up on that later. Who knows? But who knows? There's a new invention in the science world, and it's a training tool for training proctologists, really. And
fantastic.
It's a plastic ass.
Okay.
Now this is hooked up to a video screen.
Sure.
So essentially, imagine someone bent over in front of you.
So there's someone bent over in front of me.
A plastic ass. An ass. Imagine an ass.
So you're bent over in front of me.
Let's see. There's a plastic ass right in front of you. That's in front of a video screen. Mm-hmm. The video screen itself is portraying someone bent over. All right. So they're actually looking back at you.
The front half. Yeah.
So this is designed to help young doctors give proctal exams. Prostate exams.
Proctal. What's a proctal?
Oh, that's like a person that hops along on one leg while they have a hand in someone's ass. It's designed to train budding doctors on how to give a prostate.
So you put your hand into the plastic ass.
You put your hand right in there, and this thing has sensors for if you're pushing too hard, you're not pushing hard enough. Now, the student talks to the virtual person who's on the screen.
Sure.
So it's also aiding in, developing their communication skills.
Now, that's okay.
I think it can help all of us.
That's meant to feel like that. That's meant to feel like that.
It's meant to be there.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Did you say no?
Normal.
Did you say no?
Normal.
I'm going deeper.
Now, you're going to hear belt buckles coming off. That's normal. That's normal for you to hear that.
So the mannequin ass is actually, so I'm just reading this here, instrumented with force sensors, can measure where the student is examining, with how much pressure. It enables the system to provide a realistic encounter with a virtual patient. Okay, so it's there to help their bedside manner.
What you're about to feel is me shuffling around trying to find your hole, and you will feel a bit of coldness while I slide into you. And that's how you talk to a... See, I should be a proctal examiner.
You should.
I should be a proctal.
I mean, I think you've got a bit of experience there, don't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've all been there.
I mean, we've all bent over and looked at our own.
Well, you know... Well,
did I say that out loud?
No, I have. I'm glad
we're not on the air.
Let's leave our offline stuff offline, T-Mac.
That is the Generational Science segment. Thanks for coming.
CUM coming as well.
Generational.
So there's a new place on Chapel Street, T-Mac.
Okay.
And it's a new restaurant. It's a new Italian restaurant. It's called Sourced Pasta Bar.
I've heard about this.
You heard about this place? Sauced. It's a great date place. But I'm finding that, because I'm bringing so many people there, I'm well known by the owners and the people at Sourced.
Yes.
And they know that I'm bringing different people there all the time.
Yep.
So it's becoming risky.
Okay.
Risky. A little bit. Do you ever have like a date place that you used to take girls all the time?
Yeah, just under the bridge.
Absolutely. Romantic. Yeah. You are a romantic, T-Mac.
You are a romantic.
It's just such a good place, like, for bringing people, and like there's a good ambience there, but I'm finding that the more times I go there, it's kind of like I'm getting more questions, and like one day I'm worried that someone's going to slip up and like say something, like one of the lower, not the management people, because they wouldn't do that to me.
Sure.
We're bros. But the rest of the people, you know, I don't know. So that's my little...
What seems to be the problem exactly? Like, how are they giving things away? Like, hey, you brought Susie again. No, it's Teresa. It's Teresa.
Oh, another girl. Look at you, you flyer. What do you want, honey? It's like that sort of stuff.
No, that's not cool at all.
I don't want that. That's what I'm saying. Look, they're Italian.
It's time to call a meeting between the guys. Sit them down in the back room. Maybe organize a little poker game. Maybe under the ruse of something else. Maybe you're trying to entertain. Let's wrestle up some dollars for you guys.
Wanted to get you here to discuss me bringing dates to Sourced Pasta Bar. Now, what you're about to hear is me unbuckling my pants. That's completely normal.
And I think you should also wear your 20s attire and just pop in there. All right, guys, okay, come on, sit down now. We got some things to discuss, huh?
Is that too tight?
Come on, you can't be a wise guy. You can't be ruining my game.
I can heat it up before I get it in if you want. I can
get that thing. What the hell
just put some Napoli on there, and it'll be able to slide in a lot easier.
I prefer the cream sauce. Give me the cream. Okay, yeah.
And then everyone wins. Everyone wins.
Blood sausage. Dude, I just wanted to point out around the office there's been, I've noticed some people, there's been a little bit of negativity going around.
There's been a bit of negativity around, yeah.
Negativity. Now, some people have these notions about life and what you're supposed to do in life and what's right, what's wrong, and there's some people around the office like portraying some negativity, but they're trying to portray it in a positive light, like a constructive manner.
Like it's a constructive thing, like it's helping.
Exactly. Yeah. And I just wanted to say, I don't like that.
It's not our way of doing things.
Not at all.
It's not our, we like to say positive about things. I mean, we have a podcast.
It's not just that. We have other projects on the go.
We have other projects on the go. But what I'm saying is
we've got our eye on the pie.
We've got
our eye on the pie, and we're striving to do bigger and better things. And when you present some of these things to some people, they feel it's their obligation to play devil's advocate, as it were, and just go, look, that's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work. What are you thinking?
It's going to be too hard.
What are you thinking? You can't do that.
Have you thought about that?
No one's ever done that. What do you do? Like, look at you. You can't even, like, what are you doing?
Terrible idea. No, nah.
Face what?
Not gonna work.
No one's gonna want a computer.
You're an idiot.
As if anybody can do that. I know what I'm talking about.
We like to stay positive, and that's so look out for us in the future.
Positive podcasting coming to you. Always on the tip.
And if you ever...
go on.
Well, if you ever need us at any events or anything, get the Generational Boys down there, send us an email.
We'll come out with a pasta cream sauce and a plastic anus, and we'll see what we can work up for you guys.
We do it for the people.
We always do. We
do it for the people.
Free prostate exams if you like.
Generational.
Joshua and T-Mac will volunteer as your patients there. And
absolutely.
See what you can muster up.
We'll take care of you.
How far you want to get in there.
We'll take care of you.
Yeah, wow.
Well, we're not going to take care of it. We're going to use and abuse, churn and burn, but it's still, you'll get one hell of a prostate.
Can I take just a quick moment to thank all our listeners out there who have been sending us mad emails, and we apologize for not getting some more emails read out. I will. I think let's promise some for next week.
Next week
we'll compile maybe 3 or 4 because we get some really funny ones, and we've been wanting to use some of the material and then just steal it and propose it as our own.
Yeah, just pretty much just it makes us do less work.
Yeah. So on that note, we'll get that to that, and your tweets as well. Thank you very much for that. Subscribe to iTunes, our account on iTunes there, Generational. Leave us a comment. We got a good one from old Peter Hanlon last week. Thank you, Peter, for that comment.
Interesting dude, Peter Hanlon, isn't he?
Peter Hanlon's a madman. He's a fucking crazy postie up there in Sydney town. So
he's fantastic.
Thanks, Peter, for that, mate. Anything else to add to that, my brother?
No, that's about it for me, my man. Well, I'm about to take off my pant buckle, my belt buckle, and then
let's try out this
the offline stuff. So let's move into that if you want, Timo.
Okay, let's get into that.
Let's do it. All right. See you next week, everyone.
We out.
Lay.